Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmick. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. I will be doing a collective message today. So, with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I am going to be doing it's called the Jack-o'-lantern spread. It was a spread that came with this particular oracle deck, and it deep dives into a challenge or an issue that you are currently dealing with, and then it kind of goes into it, and then it provides a solution. So it's one of my favorites, and I've been doing a lot of them lately. I just really enjoy them. So I figure we will what's that word? Oh my gosh. Hmm. Yep, doesn't matter. So these are the ones we're doing lately. Anyways, okay. So before I get into it, I would just like to say thank you so much for the likes, shares, comments, subscribes, donations. All of it really does help out the channel. So thank you. And thank you for being here. All right, so let's get into it. This is the heart of the issue or the challenge. So we have trick or treat, mischief, and play. Okay, so this can go either way. Hmm. So for some of you, it kind of feels like it's just out of balance. For some of you, maybe there's been no, that doesn't feel right. For most of you, what I'm picking up is that there's the out of balance with this has been maybe taking life too seriously, not allowing yourself to play, that kind of thing. There is the flip side of that, and maybe dodging responsibilities, those kinds of things. But I'm not really picking up that energy, so we'll see. That might come in later. So let's keep going. The hidden issue is midnight, the most magical hour of all. Okay. How is that? Okay, for some of you, I just heard that the okay, that would make sense. This is actually take it as it resonates. I feel like this is going to be a super specific message for a few people. What I'm picking up is that maybe you work graveyard and that's making it difficult to have fun and play and do those kinds of things. And And if that's the case, that's understandable. It's one of those I've worked weird hours and stuff before, and it is difficult. Because you're asleep when events and things are going on, or you're getting ready for work when concerts start, that kind of thing. So that would definitely make sense. I'm going to take a peek though, just to see what else is going on here. Okay, it says, allow yourself to relax into the uh, benevolent darkness of midnight. You may feel this is your darkest hour, but know that the light will return again. The dawn always follows the darkest night. Know, too, that it is important to recognize that we all have darkness within us, just as we have light. And this isn't something to hide from. Okay, so for some of you, working graveyard's going to definitely play a part in this. For others of you, what I'm picking up is that you might be in some form of a dark night of the soul. And when we're in the dark night of the soul, it can be difficult to get into this energy and play, because the dark night of the soul can be super heavy. It's very it's just like what it sounds. It's dark, it's unknown, it's mysterious, it's heavy, it's everything coming up to the surface. It's uh, you know life seemingly falling apart. It can be very challenging, and when we're going through those cycles in life, it can be hard to get into this play energy. And we'll see kind of what the recommendation is for you. I do want to say if you are going through a dark night of the soul or you think you might be going through the dark night, I do have a video on it where I kind of dive into it a little bit. It's more of an explanation of what it is, but there's a little bit of stuff in there on, kind of what to expect and things like that. So if you're interested, I will link that at the end of this video. So definitely check that out if you're feeling called to. Okay, what else? We've got the major obstacle. Give me just a second. My other microphone died. Okay. All right. So the major obstacle is Lady de los Muertos, acceptance and equality. Oh, okay. So for some of you, it's going to be kind of just accepting where you're at in life right now. Um, that is, yeah. Okay. So what I was just reminded of is part of my struggle going through like the awakening and really coming to a place of more embodying the authenticity side of things. It was this a disconnect. It was this trying to hide from things that I had done or decisions that I had made that I wasn't proud of, that I didn't want to tell people. Y- and it's from an ego thing. And so it wasn't like I did it wasn't anything super major, but even so, it's the point that like it- it's okay. It's one of those like if you do something and you're not proud of it and you learn from it, and then you can take the lesson from that situation, it no longer has to define you. And the thing is by actually doing that and saying, okay, yes, I did that, I'm not proud of it, but it is what it is. And I learned from it and I don't do that anymore. It's freeing, it's liberating, it's part of the integration process. And when you are no longer trying to pretend that certain things didn't happen, or that kind of thing, then it doesn't have a control over you anymore, if that makes sense. So, nope, no read. Okay. Okay. We'll keep going. The main fear. Okay. We've got the spider, which is community and web weaving. So what I'm picking up from this is the fear of how it's going to be received. So I'm trying to think of an example. Let me take a sip of water here. Give me just a second. Mm. I mean, it's basically, yeah, it's just what I'm really picking up is it's just uh, that energy of not wanting to it's kind of that energy of like not wanting to own up to certain things that have happened, or certain choices that you've made, something of that nature. And it's more of the fear of how it's going to be received by certain people. It could be a community at large, it could be um friends, family, it could be one person, it could be the world. um and in part of this too can be, I am picking up a spiritual awakening energy. I really am picking that up. And so what could be happening is you're going through such a process right now, if that is where you're at, especially if you're in the dark night of the soul, you're going through such a process right now, and then it's like the dark night of the soul really gives you the opportunity and the blessing to look at your life in a way of like, what do I like, what do I want, what is no longer serving, what is no longer authentic, what is authentic to me, what is in alignment with my soul, who is my soul, who am I, it's all these like really major kinds of questions that come up, and it shakes the foundation of your life. I mean, it really will rock it to the core. And it's really coming in and shaking everything up to see like what's stable, what's not, what do you truly like, what do you want to hold on to? Because it's one of those, like when the dark night of the soul hits, you can hold on to a couple things, but it's like a couple things. And so it's the divine coming in going like, what do you really want to hold on to? What's really important to you? Is it really important to you to have this and that and the other and external approval from this person and that person? You've been miserable this whole time, but they're, pleased with you. Is that really, what you want? Um, it, or would you like to change some things? That's kind of like that's an awakening in a nutshell. Um, and I'm laughing because it's from a different perspective. You can kind of see it differently, but when you're in it, it is so intense, it is so difficult, and then you're sitting there and you're just like, especially now it feels like there's so much more polarization. No, that's not necessarily true. It's just there's more content out there, there's more awareness out there, so there's more stigmatisms and things like that with or stereotypes, those kinds of things with, being a spiritual person and this and that. It's and it's one of those things like, it doesn't matter what everybody else is saying. What matters is what is true to you, what is true to your soul, and really, finding out what that is. That's this part right here, is really coming into this acceptance and really allowing yourself to, just kind of, I just heard throw caution to the wind and just embrace who it is that you are now. And then with that, allow yourself to bring in those experiences that you may not be proud of, but just allow them to be part of your story. Don't do your best not to try and shun that and to put it away and not talk about it and all of that. It's not something you need to lead with. It's not something you need to open conversations with. But when it's integrated into your experience, it's one of those, if somebody brings up something similar, you're like, "Mm, yeah." And if it calls for it, then you can talk about it, but it doesn't trigger you anymore. It's not like, "Oh, I can't. I need to get away from this because they're talking about the situation, and I don't wanna talk about when I made a choice that led to that," or whatever. Take it how it resonates, but yeah. Yeah, this is really, I mean, I do have to just say, this is big work, and it's intense. So give yourself some grace. Give yourself, some kind words. Do your best not to beat yourself up mentally. Be kind to yourself. You did what you did with the knowledge and the, experience that you had at the time. And so, it's not a way to completely excuse it, but it's one of those, like, it doesn't have to be this big thing either. Hopefully that makes sense. I kind of feel like I'm talking in circles. So let's move on. Alrighty dokie. The solution. Happiness in our hearts and homes. Hmm. Hmm. Hard to read it. For, there you go. All right. Says you are being asked to look to your idea of what home and family is for you. Take the time to build up your love fire and have it burning brightly. Make your relationships a priority. If there is conflict within your home and family, it's time to take concrete steps to address the issue for good. If you or a member of your family is away from home due to travel or work, know that protection is being given. Okay. Okay. I'm going to follow this little bit of a thread here. Basically, what I'm picking up with this card coming out is okay. For some of you, the thing that is causing a lot of darkness right now is an unstable home life in some way. And basically, what I'm picking up is that you are, how do I put this? It feels like there have been a lot of relationships that have been not fulfilling. And part of what could be triggering this dark night of the soul and this, spiritual kind of awakening process and the call to, really accept certain choices and things like this is directly related to home family life. And I'm picking up like romantic relationship. The thing is though, is oftentimes this can also be friendships, and we've got the community card out here too. So this can be all sorts of relationships. And so maybe there's been an issue with being able to have fulfilling relationships. So something that could be going on is there could be an issue where maybe you turn what I'm picking up is it's almost like you might have turned your back on happiness when it comes to a relationship. And for whatever reason, maybe it wasn't a priority, maybe it wasn't something that you really wanted. Maybe you were more career driven. Maybe you were more in the energy. I just heard player energy. So maybe it was more of the energy of like, yeah, I'm just going to have fun and just keep things, casual and not really want anything serious. And then I feel like there was a point where that kind of turned. And then maybe you did want something more serious. And then it just didn't work out. And then so maybe that caused you to go kind of back into that energy of like, well, that's just not for me and that's okay. But the thing is it's actually bringing you a lot of unhappiness right now, not having um that relationship basically, like that dynamic, that part of life. Yeah, I figured out, I guess. Yeah, just maybe you're kind of at the point where you embraced a certain lifestyle and then now you're realizing that you actually want something different, and it's bringing up it's almost like a split where it's like there's part of you that really really wants that, but then there's part of you that isn't allowing yourself to have that. And so for some of you it is going to be like a romantic relationship or that kind of idealistic, significant other type of relationship. And for some of you, it's going to be in other aspects. I am picking up relationships, mainly with just the cards out here, especially these two, earth and home and family and then community. I mean, it's definitely there's a heavy relationship dynamic going on, but it doesn't just have to be romantic. So I do want to say that this could be having, friends that are truly supportive and that are really, helpful, and you guys have a relationship where you help each other out and lift each other up. And maybe you've had friendships where is kind of a competition based friendship or a tearing each other down or backstabby or whatever it is. But I am definitely picking up a relationship dynamic. And I feel like by you really truly just accepting that and then owning that and saying, yes, this is something that I really do want. Yes, this is something that I feel like is missing in my life. This is something that will bring me joy and all of that. I feel like then at that point, it's going by you accepting that and then opening yourself up and allowing for that experience to come into your life. It's going to help really if you're in a dark night of the soul, accepting that is gonna be part of what helps shift you out of the dark night of the soul. If that's not really resonating and it just feels kind of like a dark time right now, I feel like this is going to help bring some light back in and then really allow yourself to tap into this energy and play and have fun and get to know other people and have, those kinds of experiences. Okay. What will happen if you engage the solution? We have the skull of light, which is illumination. Okay, so okay, that totally fits into it. So what I feel like is by you admitting this thing to yourself, whatever it is, and by you accepting that and allowing yourself to just be honest with yourself, with what it is you truly want, with because what I feel like it is I feel like it's something where maybe a part of you wanted this thing, like maybe when you were younger, and then you somehow got some limiting beliefs, some programs, some whatever, and then convinced yourself that you actually don't want that thing. And now what's happening is it's coming back around and it's like, actually, I really do want this thing. I really do want this. And by allowing yourself to acknowledge that, to accept that, and to open yourself up for that, the path forward for you on how to achieve that thing is going to be illuminated. Because the thing is, when I was talking about it earlier, I said it in a way that was like, open yourself up to have it, which can kind of imply it's just going to magically fall in your lap. Well, the thing is it's an energetic thing, and basically by you opening up, by you saying, yes, I actually do want that thing, then you're not rejecting it anymore. And so then it's kind of, we're getting into manifestation now, but it's kind of this weird thing because by you saying, no, I don't want that thing, it's rejecting that. But then by you attaching to it and saying, okay, that's what I want above all else, that's another repelling energy because it's attaching to it. So it's still a very similar energy. It's still repelling it. So what this will help you with is by saying, yes, okay, I do want this thing. I'm accepting that. I'm admitting that to myself, and I'm going to open myself up for the possibility for this. Then what will happen is the path towards that thing will illuminate for you. And then you'll be given signs and synchronicities and different things, different guidance along the path so that you can take certain action steps to obtain that thing. And for a lot of you, it is going to be a relationship of some sort, community of some sort. This could be in any area of life. It's just for some of you, it could be something financial, because it's that home stability type of energy as well. So that could be part of it too. So just take it as it resonates. But if you allow yourself to really accept this and embrace it, the path forward will be illuminated, and in clarity, I just heard clarity will come. So if there's a situation that happened or that's been happening or something like that that's felt really dark or like it doesn't make sense and you're just like, why am I in this place right now and I don't like feeling this way, I don't like this or that, or whatever, it will, by you accepting this and really allowing this illumination basically, by you really allowing that process to take place, it's going to help you to shift into an experience where you're not stuck in this energy anymore, where you're not feeling so weighed down and so heavy. Okay, I'm sure to pull the top card over here. Okay, then we've got Night Song, which is hidden talents. So for some of you, or for a lot of you, by going through this process and allowing yourself to come to the acceptance of what this is, not only is it going to bring happiness to yourself and to your home life in some way, it's also going to allow you to tap back in. Oh, that's an interesting way to put it. Tap back into hidden talents. I meant to say tap into hidden talents or discover hidden talents, but it was coming out tap back into hidden talents. So for some of you, this is going to be something like a creative endeavor or something like that, a talent that you have that maybe you put to bed for a while, and that's going to come back online. For some of you, this is going to be something new. So just take it as it resonates. But that's another kind of bonus piece here by really allowing yourself to, deep dive into this. It's going to help you reveal a hidden talent as well, and that I feel like is just going to continue this this path forward. And I just heard you're going to have hidden talents illuminated for you as well. It's a precise, nice way of putting it. So yeah. So ultimately, it does feel I feel like a very heavy energy. I feel like it's been a while since you've really just let loose, been able to let loose and really just have fun and enjoy life. And the energy here is really that it's not that far away. It might feel like it is right now because it feels really dark, really heavy, but just know that it's not that far away. It's really not. It's right here. Um, these are those are really good cards, they really, really are. So it's not all doom and gloom, even though it might feel like it right now. So just, allow yourself to move through this and then know that you've got some really it's almost like a peaceful energy where you can let loose and have fun and play and have a baseline of just uh it's like a baseline of peace almost is kind of what I'm feeling. It's the baseline of like contentment. But just like life's good. It's not like an over the top excitability. There's the possibility for that, but it's like the baseline. I feel like your baseline energy is shifting. And so it's shifting in a way where you're going to feel just more content with life, happier with life, more at peace with life by really embracing this and accepting it. Okay, awesome. Well, with that, I felt the energy lift, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I hope that this helps. I hope this gave a little bit of clarity for you. If so, you can let me know in the comments below. You can also drop just like an emoji. That does help with the confirmation as well, so that I know that these messages are finding who they are intended for. You can also hit the like button. That also does help with the confirmation as well. So thank you, thank you. And if you would like to see more from me, feel free to hit subscribe. It is free, and I will see you on the next message. Bye.